Welcome to the Save Par Golf Podcast, where two average golfers talk about golf and things. I'm your host, Derek.
I'm going to do it right. I am Dominic.
You are Dominic. We are currently on episode 172, and we have a very special guest. We have Willis with BombTech Golf, built for you, not the pros. BombTech Golf has been featured on Golf Digest, Golf Works, Forbes Magazine, and Entrepreneur Magazine. Make sure to give them a follow on Instagram. Their handle is at BombTech Golf. Willis, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast.
Absolutely, guys. I'm happy to be on. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited to talk some golf and chop it up. It's been a long time coming. We're happy to be here. So
yeah, well, absolutely. No, it's been great. Dom, do you want to get right into it with the wedges right here, real quick?
Are you tired of me fiddling with them?
No, but you're holding them. I figure it's kind of appropriate.
So I want to start by saying I've been a big fan even before we started the podcast. When it comes to BombTech, I've always kind of been attracted to the companies who said, hey, we can make this more affordable and we're going to make it more affordable. I've always been kind of like, well, what's the catch? Where you cutting corners, XYZ. You guys sent, I believe, 52, 56, 60, and then 72, which is fucking bananas. Like
it's a crazy club.
It's honestly wild. Like you put it down by the ball and you're just like, what the fuck is this? And
make some scrambled eggs with it later today.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. A little frying pan.
It's wild. And after I played 9 holes with them, it's not even a good budget club. It's just a good club. Like I can't speak on the irons, the drivers, or the woods because I've never tried those, but the wedges,
yep.
It's not even like a good budget wedge, right? Like it's just a good wedge. And I want to start by saying that because I think it is important because I feel like people look at these direct-to-consumer companies as like budget. They cut hole, like there's
cut corners somewhere.
Cut corners, something's missing. These are nice. I like really them. Nice. I like them. And yeah, I have the volcano. Yeah. If you're watching the video, I've got the volcano. I believe they also come in silver and black.
Silver, black. We have Midnight Shadow as well, which is more of like a purple and green. Think of like some gas on the ground at the gas station. Those are honestly my personal fave. They're got a little bit of pop to them, but not too much like the volcano. But definitely appreciate the compliments on them. The wedges are our top sellers. They are, for the performance or the value is just unmatched. You get 3 wedges for $137 right now. We will be running some promos throughout the year as well. But yeah, the performance for the value is just unmatched, especially when you get 3 clubs for the price of 1. A lot of beginners don't have 3 wedges. They'll come into the game where they're like, I only have a pitching wedge and a hand-me-down 60 that I found at some Play Again Sports. So giving them the ability to try all 3 wedges gives them more range to have more shots. So for the 52, that's great from like 100 yards out. The 56 is great from the sand. And then obviously the 60 is more of your green side chips for those with the soft hands. But it just gives you more access to more shots. And like you said, the price it's tough to beat. So we appreciate the kind words. And we know we got some good stuff over here. And once people get them in their hands, they're like, yeah, these are legit. So it's legit. Great.
Yeah. I mean, like even like the face, like it's nothing crazy, right? Like obviously it has the grooves, there's none of that extra milling or anything.
Yep.
But like most golfers aren't going to care, right? And the ones that are going to care are probably not your demographic.
Exactly. That's exactly what we are. Like you let off with it. Built for you, not the pros. We're for the average golfer trying to make golf more accessible. Not everyone can afford golf. Golf is so expensive, man. Even out here in middle of nowhere, Vermont, you're going out and you're spending $100 at least a round when you get your cart, your green fees, a couple bevs up at the turn, a hot dog. So once you get out of there, like you're spending it's a good investment. So we're out here giving you good quality clubs that you can go and play. They're going to be forgiving for you. So even if you heel it or toe it, the ball is generally going to go where you're aiming. You're not going to be out there playing. Some people think they can play blades, and let's just face it, that's just not the case for a lot of guys. So more forgiving clubs at a price that's just more accessible. You can get out there, golf, and you have more money to actually go and golf instead of spending $2,000 on a set of clubs, and now you can afford to go play 2 rounds that summer. Buy the clubs, you got more money to go golf. shit, you can buy a lesson and maybe get a little bit better too. So, just making golf more accessible, and because not everyone can afford it, man. It's tough out there. So,
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can't speak for anything other than the wedges.
Yep.
The drivers and the woods look sick. The irons look sick. But these wedges, I mean, if the irons play like these, it's a good set. So I guess for those people listening who are like, I'm kind of on the fence, I'm interested. These are nice and they're pretty. They look good. They've got a good weight. The grip, I don't know who makes the grip. Grips are nice. There's nothing on here that I'm like, wow, this looks budget. Or
it doesn't really
right?
say, it doesn't look like that at all.
No,
we appreciate
nice,
that.
It's nice. Yeah. I remember when I opened them, I was like, holy shit. Like they're not, like, I knew they'd be nice, but sometimes, you get the finishes on them and you're like, they look kind of,
or something.
Yeah, like not gimmicky, but like you're like, it looks kind of like trashy.
Yeah.
Or like a Temu type deal.
Yep.
These are nice. Like it's just very solid. Like I'm very happy with them. They're going to go in the bag once my Vokies die because I spent a lot of money on those. Unfortunately.
Exactly. Yep.
But I hit these like just as well as I hit my Vokies. And I'm pretty good at my wedges. Usually, except for that one shot where I bladed it and it went over the road yesterday.
For content only.
No, I wish. I was dedicated. I was like, this is perfect. I'm gonna hit this shot. It's gonna have this really nice arc. And it fucking flew 55 yards left and hit a tree.
It happens to the best of us.
I am the best.
It really does. Exactly. Like I said earlier, like the clubs are really forgiving, but we can't fix a bad swing. So we can help you as much as we can, though. So,
Willis, can we take a step back and just maybe explain the history of BombTech Golf and kind of how it became and when it was started?
Absolutely. So Sully's founded it back in 2012 with the help of University of Vermont seniors. They did the dual cavity design. That's kind of our trademark design there. Helps with the aerodynamics, gets a little bit more pop there. So he started with the Grenade way back in 2012. We're now on the 4.0, which is our newest version. Still dual cavity design. We got some weights in there, a little bit of a bigger head. The tech with ours is like the perimeter weighting, especially in the iron set. So like the weight is going to be distributed around the iron head, like I said. So when you heel it or toe it, I mean, we're all beginners. We're not going to hit the sweet spot every time. So a little extra forgiveness where it counts is helpful. And the same thing with our driver is the placement's more towards the toe and heel to help with those off-center hits. So we got you guys covered. When you miss-hit it, you're still going to be pretty impressed with your shot. But so that was started back in 2012. Obviously, COVID came around, the surge of golf and its popularity with everyone. So DDC was very good, and we're still happy to be around. And like I said, providing great clubs at price everyone can afford. So we're happy to be here and doing our thing.
Yeah, I think right now I have the website pulled up on my phone. That's what I was fiddling around with. That, and obviously before we hopped on, I found out my friend had her baby. So shout out Kira.
Shout out.
She popped that thing out, lickety split. I guess her water broke yesterday at 6 a.m. and she gaslit herself saying that she's overreacting. Welcome to my friend group, everybody. Anyways, back to the clubs. I don't know if it's a typo. I'm assuming it's not, but how is the 4.0 only $300 right now?
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, the full set you can get out the door. We're currently out of stocks on bags, which we're restocking, and we're actually going through some improvements on that. Which is one of the nice things about us is we see every single comment and piece of feedback, review, Instagram DM, Facebook comment. We see it. We see that feedback, and we take that to heart, and we go right to the manufacturer, and we improve our product. So we see some feedback about the bags. We're making improvements on those, which is great, and we're super excited about that. But right now out the door for a driver 3-wood, 4 iron through pitching wedge, the wedge set, and a putter at $617. I think right now.
That's crazy.
I was walking around Dick's earlier, and I saw some big name irons on sale for $999. So it's crazy out there. And like I said, we see the feedback. So when I see the feedback that says, "Hey, I've switched over from XYZ brand over to you guys," because you guys perform just as good as them, it makes my day. It's really justifies everything we do here because we know we got great stuff. We're obviously going to have haters and stuff as we always do, and everyone will. So we love them as well. That's the best part about it. It keeps us going to prove them wrong. So no, it's great. And we appreciate everyone providing the feedback because it helps us improve as well. So that's what everyone wants, is just a great product. So
for sure, at an affordable price too, like, which is what you guys strive to do. And I'd imagine that's been kind of, in the golf industry, there's that gap of where you're trying to fill, right? Because you got a lot of people that are starting to play golf in COVID, picking it up, and like you'd mentioned earlier, the prices are not cheap. It doesn't matter where you're playing golf; it's very expensive. So especially with the equipment. And is that one of the reasons, as far as like, you're like, oh, hey, I think we have something here. Like, not only do we have an issue with a lot of these expensive equipment and clubs and all that, but we can also build a great product. Is that kind of the mission for BombTech Golf?
Exactly. And we know we have some good stuff here. And we're working on improvements now. We have some good stuff, some pretty exciting stuff coming down the pipeline. I can't really reveal too much, but we do have some exciting stuff coming up in the following years. So, but yeah, like you said, it's a big gap there where you get the people who have the hand-me-down sets that have been playing them for years. They got it from their grandpa back in the day, and they just don't want to spend the money to upgrade. And then they come to us and they're like, I actually took the time to upgrade my set and go with you guys. You're the first new set I've had, and they're absolutely hooked. They love it. And that stuff also like makes me extremely happy, like being like someone's first new set. Cause I was that same way where I've been here for 5 years. I'm a lefty, as a lot of people probably see or not a lot, but as probably people see on the Instagram. So I've been pushing for lefty clubs for the last 5 years. It's something that we just barely released this year. So I've been holding out my lefty set. Like, I was playing hand-me-downs from high school, mismatch set, until I got my hands on our clubs because I didn't want to swing anything new that wasn't BombTech. And I was one of the customers that got their hands on them for the first time, was like, holy shit, dude. Like, yeah, these things are fucking legit. So, no, they're great. They perform
like,
super well.
I mean, when you're playing golf and you just get paired up with like a random couple of other people and they're like, hey, what is BombTech Golf? And then you out drive them by like 200 yards. Do you like doing that on the norm?
Yeah. I'm not out driving them. My driver swing right now is in absolute fucking shambles. If we're being honest, I have absolute yips with my driver right now. It's a nightmare. But yeah, I love watching people just like hit. I'll go up to the driving range, just be like, hey, you guys want to try this driver? They're like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a whack. And then they hit it just as far as their damn brand driver. They're like, wow, that's fucking legit. I'm like, all right, how much do you think that costs? They're like, I don't know, $400, $500. I'm like, how about 177 and you get a 3-wood? It's just like, people are like, yeah, that's insane. So that's one of those things too, where it's just like, people who don't know about it, you let them try it, and then you're like, how much is that? They're like, I don't know, $800 for the iron set, and you're like, $297. They're like, you just watch their jaw drop, and you're like, yeah, golf, I mean, it doesn't have to cost a fortune, man. Like, you don't need to charge an arm and a leg to go out and swing clubs and shoot 100 with your friend and drink some beers. Like, it's what golf's about, man, is having fun.
Well,
so,
and the part that like attracted me right away was, I remember kind of back when I was like seriously starting to like look at clubs, kind of get more and more into it. Not like irons or anything, but like, I'm like, oh, I kind of want a new driver, kind of want a new wood. You guys have that combo. And I was like, that'd be a great idea. And I remember the first one I saw had the bright green shaft.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's a badass looking club right there. And it was purely because of the green shaft. I'm like, I don't know anything about it, but I'm like, that shaft, badass.
I'll take 2, please.
I want one. Yeah. I never ended up ordering one. But like I said, I have the website open. I like that you guys do have these bundle deals, right? So like, I'm looking at it right now. I'm a big fan of that torched color. It fits my bag. My bag's pink. My ferrules on my golf clubs, pink. My towel, pink. There's a theme. So you can get the limited edition Volcano Torch BombTech Golf 4.0 driver and a 3-wood in either hand you want. It's $237.
Yeah, it's wild. You
It's
can't
insane.
get a 3-wood for under $200.
You can't even get 2 wedges for that price. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's an insane deal. And like I said, the performance for the value is just like unmatched because people will go out there, they'll hit it just as far as their regular driver. And they're just like, why am I spending the money on that when I could have that to go spend and buy a round of beers for the boys at the clubhouse? So,
Well, funny. I think the reason I didn't do that was because I think that's when I bought that Cobra off of you. Yeah.
Did you? So like you got over 20,000 5-star reviews. What do you think's what do you think keeps people coming back?
No, so yeah, the green shaft. So I can talk for days about how good the clubs are and just like the value, like that goes without saying. I think what sets us apart is honestly our customer service. It's Mike and myself who are been in the trenches for 5-6 years now. Like I said, we see every single comment, every single review. It is Mike and I replying to everything. If you call us, you're getting Mike. If you email us, like we have chat. So we see everything. We stand behind our products. We have a year replacement or a year warranty on everything. We're pretty generous with that year. So if there's any ever issues, just please reach out to us. RCS is like what I think sets us apart. It's we're a small crew over here. It's Mike, it's me, it's a handful of other people on board. We've been at it for, like I said, 5 years now at this point. So we're familiar with a lot of people. We see the regulars come in and every couple of years re-upping on their wedges and stuff. So got to keep the set fresh.
For sure.
It's great. I think that's kind of what sets us apart as well. It's just it's a small squad over here, and we really appreciate everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I know. I'm sorry.
No,
well, I have a siren behind me, and I couldn't hear.
Did I hear the fucking Hellcat ripping around?
Honestly, I fucking ramble. I ramble.
No. It was. Like
no, Minneapolis is like being Minneapolis right now.
Yeah, there was Hellcat sirens. But in any case, do you have like maybe a review or two that really pop out that might be very memorable or like hilarious, whether they were good or bad?
Not anything that really stands out. I think like the general theme, like I said, is one of those things where it's like I was skeptical of these guys until I tried them out, and yeah, they're legit. I've been playing the hand-me-downs for years and years and years, and I said I'm finally going to treat myself and get a new set, and I'm not disappointed. It's really those stories of just like, because again, it's tough. So just being able to be a launching point for a lot of people's golf careers, there's so many benefits to golf outside of just golfing and going out and putting a low score, the health benefits, the mental health benefits, it really is. There's just so much to benefit from the game of golf. So just being a launching point for those people to just go out there, experience that when they might have not been able to before, or even just like doubting it. Like, I don't belong out there. I can't afford those $1,500 Callaway irons. Like, I can't afford like whatever. So just seeing those, it's because again, I'm in that boat too, man. It's like, I'm saving for a house. I'm living in an apartment with my wife and our roommate. We're very much a regular company as well. Like we get it. So I'm not living in a penthouse just counting my golf clubs. Like we're making it work over here. So like stuff like that, it's very relatable, and it makes my day just to hear like people who are truly happy with the brand, because like I said, we know we got good stuff. And we're just trying to make it accessible for everyone. So,
Dom had mentioned the driver, which is the 4.0. So do you try to release a new driver every so often? So I'm assuming there was the original Grenade. Was there a 1.0, 2.0, etc.?
Yeah. Yep. So the nice thing about us is we're not the big dogs who have to release a club every year just to keep it going. Mm-hmm. We only release something when we really truly feel that we have improved on our product. So we've been putting in the time, trying to improve on what we have. We're really, like I said, we have some good stuff cooking right now in the pipeline. So We don't really feel the pressure to have to release something every year like some of the big dogs. It really is like when we want to improve and just not launch a new thing every year with a
just
slight
to launch
spin
it.
off. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So as far as your personal, like, what's your personal favorite club?
So out of my bag right now, I've been ripping the 7-iron. I've been playing it so well, but I feel like that's such a cookie cutter answer.
It is.
Like it is. So I've been, like I said, I've been having the driver yips. So I've been going 4-iron off the tee. Once again, never had a 4-iron in my previous mismatch iron set. Was something I was very excited to try getting this new iron set. And yeah, I mean, I hit that thing just as far as my drivers and straighter, or at least finding fairways and not, dude. I played baseball. I played hockey. Not great for a lefty driver swing. So generally it is just an absolute slice missile, just playing off of other fairways, just not that far. So it's like, yeah, I'm just giving that up. I'm going to work through that with some help. But yeah, it's like, why am I not just hitting my 4-iron 210 yards on the left side of the fairway every time? So it's like,
Hell yeah.
So yeah, my 4-iron, that's the non-cookie cutter answer.
So welcome to the 4-iron cult. It is my favorite club. Everybody looks at me like I have 3 heads. Everyone's like, oh, I love my 7-iron, I love my 8-iron, I love my 9-iron. I'm like, hand me my 4-iron and I'll do whatever I need to do with my 4-iron. So
love it.
A little backstory. I was one of those people who had a hand-me-down set. It wasn't even a matching hand-me-down set. My grandpa went into the shed and said, they're your clubs. Here you go. So I grew up playing a 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 9-iron. So like,
love that.
If you like look at my bag, they're like, okay, so you have 4 through pitching. I'm like, nah, I got a driving iron. It's an 18 degree, so I think it's like a 2-iron. I got one of those that'll hit, and 4-iron. So I actually broke my last 4-iron, and I didn't have one with the set I bought. So I just bought the new one from Mizuno, which in the video I posted, that's what I'm hitting. That's the first time I've ever hit that club that wasn't at a simulator. And that thing, it sounds different. It has like a nice little ting to it because of the tungsten. And that thing just fucking goes. I didn't hit it very well in the video. That's why I didn't drive the green with a 4-iron. I was pissed. Everybody thinks 4-irons are the best club. They are hands down the best club in the bag.
I'm sipping the tea right now. I'm sipping the tea.
You sip that tea, you start chugging it.
I feel like every year I always lose my driver for like at least a couple weeks to maybe a month, sometimes longer, depending on how much I've played. And I'll either revert to a 3-wood or same thing, go with your 4-iron. Because if you're playing depending on like what tees you're playing to, and then obviously the length of the course.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can hit a 4-iron and get it out there and have still like a
like
short wedge in or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So depending on like, but I agree. I think if you're able to keep it in the fairway, I mean, it really doesn't matter, right?
It's smarter golf is what I'm going with. It's like I'm losing less balls. It's good financially for me. It's like I'm not spending more money on balls. And but yeah, no, we got, like you were talking about how you got all the irons. Yeah, we got a 1, 2, 3-iron ourselves. A lot of people try them. I've been on the hunt for a lefty 1-iron. That might be the new lefty release coming out. Who knows? But yeah, no, that's something I've always wanted to try as well as some of those higher irons. I don't know how well I would hit them, but they say only God can hit a 1-iron, and even then he barely hits it or something.
I grew up playing them, right? So like I might still have my like legit. No, I do. I have my original set still. It's in.
Did you say you had a 1-iron?
Yeah, so. I grew up. I had a 1, 2, and 3-iron, and then I've
seen like a 2-iron. I haven't
do it a while. When I'm in,
actually, no, I do have a 1-iron. Now I think of it.
Why?
It's a Minnesota Vikings one. I found it at a thrift
count.
No, it's like a legit golf club.
No, I know, but I
forgot about that though.
So I have a 1-iron, and even with my current 2-iron, and even some of my longer irons like 4 and 5, I didn't grow up playing hockey. I know, blasphemy. I've got this hair. I've got this beard. I'm from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Never played hockey.
You do look like a hockey guy. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, I know. I have all my teeth, though. That's the difference.
There you go.
What I do is I think of it like a slap shot. So because the 1 and 2 irons, I don't know if you've ever like set them down, they're straight. Like there's no curves.
Just straight.
They're open. I think of it like a hockey stick. So what I do is I just go straight up and I go straight back.
Yep.
It's so much different than my normal iron swing. I can't hit my 2 iron off the tee though. I've kind of lost that ability. What I'd like it for is when I have a miss hit with my driver, because you can hit them off the deck a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
And then that thing just like, it's like a slingshot. It like loads up and then just.
It's like a piss missile.
Just let it go.
Yeah. So if you ever get your hands on, 1 or 2 iron and you're playing around with it, think of it like a hockey stick. Just go straight back and straight forward. And I know that's such a dumb way to look at it, but like when they're that straight, I'm like, it's a hockey stick.
Yeah.
As a former bench player of the hockey team in high school, that resonates with me. So I got you on that one. I got you loud and clear on that form.
So you mentioned you have was it a 1-year warranty on your clips?
Yep, 1-year warranty, but we have the 60-day guarantee, which is nice as well. So that's one of the things that again sets us apart is the 60-day guarantee. So you can, once you purchase them, you can try them on your course for 60 days. And if they're not for you, you reach out to Mike and I and you get to deal with us. And we say, that's totally fine. We appreciate you giving us a shot. And here's your money back.
Sure.
So we stand behind our products. Again, it's a pretty low return rate. Once people actually get them in their hands, again, they're like, shit, yeah, these are good, man. So it's nice.
That was going to be my follow-up question, because you have a 60-day money back guarantee, and I was going to just kind of pick your brain on that. I'm assuming you probably have like you'd mentioned, pretty low return rate. I'm assuming based off of that, leaving your product.
So, we get like some feedback about like the shafts being a little soft for the flex. So again, that's like something we're working to improve as well, in terms of just like what to expect. But yeah, pretty low return rate. Once people get them in their hands, they're pretty.
This thing's pretty that's pretty stiff, especially for like a wedge.
Yeah, the wedges are good. It's more the driver.
Oh, yeah. I don't want a floppy driver. I probably should.
Think of floppy. It's floppy. I don't know why I'd really throw my age back, but it reminded me of a floppy disk.
Yeah,
it's floppy disk, floppy bird. Yeah, it's not a floppy driver, but we got them in regular and stiff. But yeah,
I don't know if I've actually ever seen a floppy disk.
A floppy disk. That's because you're too young.
I know. I know they're not floppy either. That makes me sad. I wish they were like bendy.
There is one that's
pretty misleading.
Yeah, there is one that is kind of like a bendy.
That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, I bought a record player, and I'm like, how the hell does this magic work?
As well.
Do what? Willis, what's one of the biggest challenges you guys have faced as a company? Whether it's it could be anything. Is there something that really sticks out that you can think of?
I just think of this. Maybe just like name recognition. Just like, again, we're always going to be fighting those big dogs. We'll never have the name Pullers, the Titleist, the Callaway, the Ping, whatever. With those guys with millions and millions of resources and pros repping their stuff. Again, we're built for you guys, not the pros. Yep. So you'll probably never see a pro repping BombTech, and we're totally fine with that because it's just not us. So we'll always be fighting that uphill battle, but nothing really I would say that like stands out toughness wise. I guess they would probably have more resources than we do, just being a smaller grassroots company. Sure. I mean, we don't have the kingdom, so that is what it is. But
yeah, I like this. I love the slogan though, the build for you, not the pros. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, and we really stand by that. That's like, it's that and great clubs shouldn't cost a fortune, because those are like two things that are just so true. It's just like, yep, you shouldn't have to pay so much to just go out and shoot and have fun with your friends.
Well, the other thing too is that you'd mentioned is like when I was asking about the 4.0 driver, like asking if you release a new driver every so often, and I think, every manufacturer is kind of guilty of doing it. Are they investing millions of dollars in technology? 100%, right? They're obviously trying to make a better product, but at the same time, it's like It's just every year they come out with a new driver and it's got the next best technology. And I feel
For
like even
half
some
a
of the
yard
drivers
more.
that and I feel like some of the drivers, like the newer drivers that I've hit, I've actually felt like they were worse, at least for me personally, and whether or not they were
Yeah.
worse all around. But it's like I actually didn't like that. So I do.
I've never understood how, not to cut you off, but I've never understood how these companies find new technology every year. You know what I mean? Where it's like, like I'm using, my driver is the Callaway motherfucker.
Is that a new one?
Yeah. When I hit it
must have missed
wrong,
that.
when I
I
hit
must
it
have
wrong,
missed
I
that
yell
launch.
motherfucker. Fuck, I don't know what it is, but it's from a couple years ago.
It's the Paradigm.
No, the one before, but mine's pre-Paradigm.
Hmm.
It's like black and like coppery. It's
Black and
pretty.
yellow.
No, I did listen to the new Wiz album though.
Did you?
Made me feel like I was in high school again. It was fucking crazy.
A little
Hopefully you
nostalgia.
listen to it
Little
on
bit.
420.
Anyways,
We get off topic.
yeah, my driver's a couple years old.
It happens.
I don't understand how it could be any different than the one that came out the next year. You know what I mean? Like, how much research have you done to find a new technology and then not even find it, but then
Put it in place.
put it in place in a way that makes sense for most people? Where I kind of look at it like cars, even. It's like, how is the 2021 Camry different than the 2022 Camry? Oh, it looks
iPhones
different.
It's more of a look versus the actual quality.
I would rather spend less if it's like the similar club. I don't know where I was going with that.
Well, no, but I think,
but it kind of went with what you were
just kind of
saying.
wondering, like, where. I mean, I like so they spend a lot of money on research and all that, but
It's gonna bug me. I don't know what my fucking.
at the same time, when you're spending $600 to $700 every year for a new driver, it just doesn't really seem like that's not the ideal way to go about it. And you kind of answered it perfectly. It's like you guys are still doing testing, and it's like you see everything, all the reviews, all the comments, and it's like you guys are just continuing to want to make the club better. But if there really isn't so much that you need to change right now, then why spend the money to go make a brand new driver?
I have the Rogue. That's what I have. I have the Rogue. I didn't realize how old that thing is. I love that club. Sorry, hate to say it.
Dude, again, it's there's room for everyone in this space, which is nice. There's a million that we will always have. Again, we'll always have the people who will have the big name clubs, and that's fine. But as long if they got BombTech wedges in their bag, fine by me. So
I will say, I have like the weird urge to like hit all the BombTech clubs now, just to be like, I'm just curious.
Testing.
And it's like I've never hit a 7-wood. They have a 7-wood. They have a 9-wood.
7-wood. The 9-wood's insane. Actually, that was one of our more recent launches, and that thing is fucking nuts. That's the one I really wish we do in Lefty next, because that would fit my game perfectly. So bosses, if you're listening to this, let's do a Lefty 9-wood. But yeah, no, 9-wood, 7-wood. We have a chipper, the 72, a 66. So we have like all those fun clubs as well. My wife's been using the chipper, and it's an absolute secret weapon for her. I wish I almost didn't show her it, but she's going to be taking my money soon, but more than she already does. But
yeah, it's going to same one fund, I think, right?
Same bank account, right?
There you go. Exactly. But no, that chipper's insane, dude. So that's fun. But the 9-wood, 7-wood, the 7-wood, been seeing a lot of those on tour a lot. So I think people are getting more interested with those woods instead of like the higher irons, because a lot of people struggle to hit those 4, 5, 6s. So,
and then there's me, the weirdo, with a 2-iron and a 4-iron.
Exactly.
And then a 1-iron somewhere.
Willis, are you ambidextrous? Are you like pretty good golfer right-handed, just since they didn't have left-hand clubs? No.
No. So that was some of the fun stuff. Doing content for the first time last summer with only lefty wedges I was doing a lot of like putting righty or doing like 60-degree only holes. But I'm that weird kid that's right hand dominant, but does all my stick sports lefty. So I shoot lefty in hockey, lefty lacrosse, lefty golf, lefty, but throw righty. So
everything else is righty.
I just like to make it difficult for myself, I guess. Because why the fuck not?
You were just help being the pioneer to get left-handed clubs to BombTech. That's all. That's what.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're not like the PGA Tour guys where they can literally play, like they could beat probably any average golfer, whether they're right-handed or left-handed. Have you ever seen some of those videos? It's insane.
Yeah, some of those people are so talented, man. And then I'm just like out here just shooting an 8 on every hole that I've 8'd a million times. So it's just, people are very talented. I'm not one of them. I'm, again, just like you guys out there having fun. So a lot of those play the whole videos aren't going to be birdie, birdie, birdie. It's going to be snowman, 8 in the woods, punching out. So it's going to be some pretty relatable stuff.
Those are always the best people to play with, though. As long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter.
Got to keep the vibes. That's all that matters.
100%.
One of my favorite stories is we were playing the Ocean Course at Half Moon Bay a couple of years ago. And awesome. So we're playing with Brendan from Duffin Up, and he's
sorry to interrupt, but we've had so many just crazy different sounds. I don't know if you can hear them right now.
No, I can't hear shit.
Somebody's trying to break into somebody's car, I bet. So we're playing, and it's Brendan's in the group, and Brendan he's from the Duffin Up podcast. I don't know if you're familiar with Brendan.
Okay.
Big lefty. We call him Big Sexy. I call him Duff Daddy. That's his name in my phone.
Love it.
He was my partner then, I think.
He was your partner because I got the badass pictures of you two giving each other nugs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's
go.
Dude.
Anyways, the way my ball was on this bunker, I'm like, hey, can I borrow one of your wedges? And he's like, I'm a lefty. I'm like, I know. I just have to do this to get it out of my system. I'm like, just let me try this. And he goes, okay. And I wish somebody was recording this, but I have everybody would vouch for me. Just the way the ball was, I took his wedge and I'm just like, let me just hit it. So I'm like, I don't want to go in the bunker. I don't want to have to rake it. I hit the ball and the fucker just rolls in and then drops in the hole.
You did sink it. It was pretty sick.
I'm like, how can I do that?
Let's go.
And I've never hit lefty again. I'm like, how can I do that? But when it comes to my dominant hand, I suck.
It's just how it is.
I fucking hate golf.
It's literally just golf, man. You nailed it.
It's a very humbling sport.
That same round, I dropped like a 50-foot putt that nobody has video of.
I know.
Other than me walking up and giving everybody nuts. They're like, "Do you get that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was like down the hill off the green." And they're like,
"Old Texas wedge in Cali."
And they're like, "You putted that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want me to do it again." Like,
I got the line. I clearly got the line nailed.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't see the hole either, and I'm like, "Well, that's why I didn't want to use a wedge because I'm like, I don't know where the pin is." But I'm like, I know where the green is, so I just putted it and it dropped, and everyone's like, "What?" I'm like, "Hi guys, I'm just gonna walk up this hill now," and then I'm like, "Did it go in?" Everyone's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Shut up."
For a bunch of content creators, we didn't create any of that content, unfortunately.
I made more content yesterday on an executive course for $20.
I might have already asked this question, but what has been your best-selling product?
The wedges. The wedges are our top dogs. Yeah.
Okay.
So what color wedges have been the most popular? Has it been the Volcano? Is it the silver? Is it the midnight one? Badass.
The midnight was badass. I would probably say the black and green. The black and green. Those are just the sleekest. Probably followed by the torched and then the midnight shadow. The midnight shadow have been like our newest color. We are probably going to drop some new colors down the road here, which will be exciting. Some limited releases if people are into that. Do some super limited drops, some 50 sets of one color or something like that. So again, we love the feedback and people have been asking for some new stuff. So yeah, copper look would be something I've been tossing around. So
toss it around a little harder.
Yeah, toss it around.
Copper would be sick. Yeah, the black ones are slick. Obviously, not everybody's going to be like as crazy as I am with this like pink and green. The midnight one, again, I've pulled up on my phone. Beautiful. I mean, they look good. And
then the silver for the traditionalist who just, if they don't want anything like that, crazy flashy, run the damn ball right there. Yeah. That's what that is.
Do you? Well, he's looking, but do you?
I like that the black ones. Not to interrupt. I like that the black ones have green grooves. It's a nice little touch.
Yeah,
it is.
So I mentioned about like if you get paired up with somebody and you got your clubs and somebody's got maybe Callaway like you mentioned. Do you guys do anything as far as like going to events or maybe you do like long drive content like as far as like close to the pin with the wedges? Are you guys doing anything like that, trying to get your name out there?
So we sponsor like some tournaments. I think we're going to be a part of the Shindig, which is super excited about.
Yep.
We're doing closest to the pin for that. We did like a Killington tournament, which is like a local tournament around here. That's never something not something we generally do, but we are starting to do a little bit more stuff like that. So I'm hoping maybe next year we sneak into a Barstool Classic. That'd be super sick. I'll bomb teched out in one of those. Maybe make it out to the Shindig again, or start doing like awesome. Some of these some of the creator tournaments that we have a lot of creators that reach out to us and want us to help out, and we're generally more than happy to do what we can for events like that. But yeah, I would love to just be the BombTech Road Show and just go out and go to different driving ranges and just have people try the driver head to head against theirs, and sponsor tournaments and do stuff like that. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a BombTech Classic here, something BombTech Golf Invitational, something. Who knows? We'll get something cooking up. But
do you have like a Vermont golf show where you guys will like do like a table tent or something? And
so no, I think we are going to be gunning for the PGA show this year. We probably won't be doing a booth, but I will be boots on the ground, which sure. I'm going to be super excited about. Spreading the word. We'll be on the driving range probably with the wedges, and finally excited to get to meet a lot of you guys in person and stuff. So, but we do like the New England show. We'll probably do as well, something around here, but there's not really much stuff going up around Vermont. So member at Cedar Knoll, we'll probably post up on the driving range there a few days and stuff like that. Do some kind of guerrilla content like that, but
awesome.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the Shindig, because obviously we haven't really talked about it, because I kind of wanted to do it on the pod. I don't know which hole it is, but we're doing 2 closest to the pins and 2 long drives. So yes, you are sponsoring one of the closest to the pins, which makes sense, right?
I appreciate that.
I mean, you get closest to the pin. I don't know what hole it is yet. So like, if you're attending, don't yell at me. I don't know.
Don't yell at me.
The winner of that one will get, I believe, a wedge set. And you just said the most popular one is the black and green one.
Yep.
So winner, you want to do winner gets black and green?
Yep. That works for me because that's left and right handed. So
perfect. So yeah, that means winner of close to the pin. Don't know which one it is yet. I'm going to get your own set of these. Try them out. All feedback is good feedback unless you snap them. That is bad feedback. Do not break your irons. But
it would be very tough to break them.
Yeah, these are solid. Steel, like they're heavy. Like a good heavy though, right? Like there's some clubs that are too light, and I'm like, this is bad. And then like your irons are too heavy for me. I don't like them. I get scared when I'm coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Freak me out. A little nervous in my head.
Willis, we usually end with some rapid fire questions. We just have a few of them because I know we won't take up too much of your time. But is there anything before we do that, is there anything that maybe you want to add that we missed?
No, I don't want to harp on it too much. It kind of, again, just like what we are about. So I really appreciate you guys having me on and let me yap about BombTech and spreading the word. And again, great club shouldn't cost a fortune. Like, it's not that hard, but hopefully I can think fast enough for these rapid fires. Let's see if this brain's still working.
Yeah, it's just a couple. The first one's pretty easy.
Before we get into that, I do want to add, I feel like a lot of golfers view budget or affordable clubs as bad clubs, or like a beginner club, or as, XYZ, you name it. I don't know why they do that. Why would you make a sport even more expensive or out of the reach of people? Beyond me. I don't get it. These are affordable and there's nothing cheap about them. They're nice clubs. So if you know somebody who's interested in golf, like I know one of my good friends, she's like, for three for 137, she's like, that's crazy. What's wrong with them? I'm like, nothing.
Stole them.
I did. These are, they're great. So if you know anybody who's interested in golf, kind of on the fence, looking at new clubs, BombTech is a great way to go. You can get, like you said, a whole set for like $600, which is great. Yeah. So I guess for the listeners, if you're interested, don't sleep on these things because they're pretty solid.
Well, we definitely appreciate that. That's and like you said, cheap in price doesn't mean cheap in quality.
Exactly.
There's just nothing wrong with them. We just want you guys to go out there and have some fun and play golf, pretty much.
And at the end of the day, that's what it's about, right? You should go out, have fun, drink a couple cases with your buddies, lose all your golf balls, but why would you spend $800 on a set of golf clubs to go do all that when you could spend, $200, $300 or $300 on irons, and then you could buy a whole lot of beer?
Sounds good
That's
to me.
A win-win.
Willis, what's your favorite course that you've played, and what is one course that you'd love to play that you have not played yet?
Favorite course I've played, Ralph Meyer in Middlebury. That is a home course bias right there. I absolutely love that course. It's the Middlebury College course. I grew up in Middlebury playing Middlebury College. Just I go to Middlebury College and stuff. But Middlebury, Ralph Meyer, Middlebury, and then dream course. Right now, maybe Cabot Citrus, any of the Pinehurst, any of the Pinehurst courses. Something that's going to make me absolutely hate my life by the end of it, but it's going to be so fun being there.
Yeah, that would be a blast.
I wonder how Greg hasn't gone gray yet.
I'll let you walk. Your go-to here.
So at the shindig, we're trying to do walk-up songs for everybody, get everybody a little
Pumped
hyped
up, a little amped up,
a little, because we can't give them alcohol because the course won't let us. So the next best bet, other than drugs, is walk-up music. What's your walk-up song on hole one?
Largest Big X the Plug. Is that?
There we go.
Wait, what was it? I didn't hear. Largest what?
Big X
the largest. Plug. The largest by Big X the Plug.
Can't say that.
You've probably heard it. You've probably heard it on a reel.
It was. We did a BombTech team for a tournament last year, and we might have hit "We Bring the Boom" by AJ and Big Justice, but yeah, it's I would say that's probably right now. God, if you ask me in a week, it's probably a different song. That's just my ADHD song right now. It's just I'm one of those kids that's just I find a song and it's on repeat until I hate that song. So that's just what it is right now.
I get you've heard the song. Okay.
It was on TikTok for a while.
You've heard that.
What's that? Yeah, I have heard of that. I didn't know. I would have never guessed who that was.
It's on TikTok. It was on TikTok for a while.
He's not on TikTok.
Not very often.
There you go. Good for you. Oh,
I sent him a banger of one, and he didn't even respond to it. About our own Timberwolves coach.
That one I did miss. I clicked on it, and then
it's all about the Timberwolves coach calling a ref bogus and getting kicked off. And I'm like, Derek would love this.
What was the one that you sent me before that I did watch that one? That was good. It was Anthony Edwards. It was about Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One word to describe the BombTech Golf community.
Is it cheesy to just say awesome? It generally is just
you can say
everyone in that community is just so awesome and wholesome. And we have the BombTech owners group on Facebook. So once you purchase the club, you get an invite to join the owners group. So that's a great spot for people who own BombTech to just shoot the shit about anything. Who knows? Maybe you got a buddy 3 doors down from you who owns a set of irons looking for somebody to play with.
That's actually really cool.
It's a good idea.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So again, this is one of the things with us, but yeah, I would say just generally awesome. Everyone is just so nice. I've met so many great people just from my time here. Yeah, cheesy, but true.
Oh, it's okay. We always end the podcast with a food-related question. So, Dom, take it away and ask it however you like.
So, I'm really hungry. So, feel free to make me more hungry. Ralph from Los Golferos has sent me 3 pictures of tacos. Ooh. And I'm pissed off at him. Look at that. That's a fucking quesadilla, but tacos. And then the teepees that look like the KKK heads. Jeez. Yeah, be careful out there in California, I guess. But if we're ever in Vermont, which is a chance, never been to Vermont.
Looks beautiful.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Where are we going?
Breakfast. I'm taking you to Rozzie's in Colchester. It's a great little hole in the wall spot. The dinner depends on what you want. For you fellas, I think we're going to go to Monkey House. It's a dive bar that has great pizza and free pool. Oh, and then
free pool too,
and pizza.
Yeah, free free pool, some of the best pizza in the state, in my opinion. My wife disagrees, but she's probably right. But I really think it's really good.
Her.
Monkey House, is that what
great
you said?
Ranch,
I said Monkey House.
Monkey House in Winooski.
Okay.
I definitely a dive bar, but it's a great spot. And then shit, man, there's so many good places over here. Waterworks is really good for like a great bite. There's so many cool spots to eat. Mayday does an insane smash burger, or a patty melt. He's actually a good friend of ours, Avery Buck. He's just actually nominated for a James Beard Award.
Oh yeah, James.
Which is
okay.
Yeah, so
That's
good for him. Super stoked.
Yeah, I just popped up the Monkey House real quick. Looks.
I mean, you can't beat free pool and cheap pints and some great slices.
I really wanted pizza last night, so I DoorDashed some from Devani's.
I haven't had Devani's in forever.
Ooh, that pizza hit. You get like a little personal, like 4-piece pizza,
personal pan pizza.
Yeah, and then I folded it in half because I'm a heathen and I ate it like a calzone. I'm a heathen. Yeah.
Well, man, it's been a pleasure, and hopefully you enjoyed the podcast, and hopefully we can link up, whether it's at our shindig. Again, we appreciate you donating some prizes for us. We really appreciate it. But if we're not out there, if you're not out there, maybe we can link up some other time. Love to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. And like I said, thank you so much for having me on. It's great. Really nice meeting both of you finally. You guys are great people. And again, just a great fit to the BombTech community. And we're happy to have you guys involved and everything. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You too, man.
Have fun playing golf, and we'll see you guys when I see you. So,
all right, man. Take care. Nice to meet you.
All right. So see you guys.
Yeah.